What's up, guys? Welcome to Buckets and Chill, the Retrospect.com's official NBA podcast. I'm your co-host, Javier Faustino, alongside Vincent Pao and Andre Santos.
What's up?
So, how are we doing today, boys? Good day in the NBA?
A great day for the NBA. For all of you don't know, it's been
Yes, I
a
agree.
very, very good day.
Actually, fortunately, we had a good day. Celebrated our asses off. But unfortunately for the North, it was a pretty sad day as the Celtics eliminated the Raptors in 7 games.
Yes,
Not a
sir.
Celtics fan, but very
Oh my
happy.
gosh! So can I
That, ug-
can I do the intro? Can I do the intro?
that
So
ugly ass
the
shirt.
Boston
I'm just kidding.
Celtics defeat the defending champions Toronto Raptors in Game 7 in a
Bloodbath.
bloodbath in a war of a Game 7. Like that was a classic.
Bloodbath now.
Dude, that was.
Was it?
Did you watch the game?
6 games.
That
Game
was-
6 was the
points.
bloodbath.
Yeah. Actually,
though.
no, not
That
just
was the-
a bloodbath of a game.
Yeah, that's true. The whole series,
The
right?
whole series
Yeah.
was pretty much a bloodbath.
Yeah.
That was a series to watch, and I'd argue that is the best series. Actually, I won't even argue it. That's a fact. That's the best series of the bubble right there. So, I want to hear from you guys first about your thoughts on this Game 7. Because I'll go last, obviously. I'm a Celtic fan.
Yeah. So let's take a step back. Actually, I want to go back to Game 6. So there was like a huge adjustment from Nick Nurse in Game 6. He put Anunoby at center, and I think that really like changed the outcome of the game. And for me, like this entire series, like it's been a
Right.
breakout series for Anunoby. Hit that clutch game winner. He hit big shots, right? Locked people down. Dude, he's a defensive stalwart.
The adjustment for him to go to the fifth gate in like what is that fourth quarter of overtime, I feel like
Yeah.
they should have stuck to that more. Like if you're approaching this game from a Marcus Gasol played 19 minutes and he was roughly a minus 20.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was way too much.
And
he was
Serge Ibaka-
minus 19 today.
Yeah,
Rough.
Serge Ibaka played like the exact same minutes. And
Yeah.
I don't know, if I was Nick Nurse, I'd be, playing Ibaka and at least Anunoby at the. They played it in the end of the fourth quarter, but
Yeah.
they had these stretches where you thought they were gonna pull away. Like in the second quarter, they were up 8, and like you thought, oh no, the Raptors, this is dangerous time for the Celtics. Then Marcus Gasol came in with like 5 minutes left, and then the Celtics started
Right.
catching up. Right?
I agree. I think that's where the turnaround was. Because not
Yeah.
only was Gasol being exposed on the defensive end, like he couldn't defend the pick and roll, but offensively,
Yeah.
they just became more stagnant.
Yeah.
And you're so passive. And he even had the travel where, like, come on, it's game 7,
Dude, that
man.
was so
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, yeah.
What
Yeah.
kind of mistake is
And
that?
you did
Okay.
he's a vet, right?
But here's the thing. Marc Gasol, he's had a phenomenal career, right? And we can't expect him to do much at 35 years old versus a dynamic Celtics team.
Right.
Like, it's just unrealistic. So, sometimes father time, you can like decline gracefully, and other times, like, you fall off a cliff.
Mhm.
So, last season in the 2019 finals, he was like huge for them. He was like
Right.
a lockdown defender, and he was like, yeah, just a seasoned vet. But yeah, he pretty much became unplayable in this series.
Well,
And I-
that's the
yeah.
thing, I'm not blaming Gasol for anything. Like he can't.
Yeah.
He literally can't do anything.
It's on
else.
Nurse,
That's
man.
on Nurse, because like
That's on
if
Nurse,
I were
right?
Gasol, I wouldn't know what to do either. The only thing he can do is set screens and try to post up
Yeah.
the smaller. But it won't work. It's not.
I just thought he'd be better in the bubble though, because of how he improved his fitness.
no,
Being
but
thinner.
that's
and
that's the
all.
thing though. He got thinner, but then it looked like he got fatter again.
Yeah,
Right?
in the
It's
bubble.
like he ga-
Got
It's like he
thinner, but
gained-
looks like he got.
No,
Okay.
he like lost and he gained so fast. I know some people like that. Like they
Yeah,
lose
yeah,
a
that's
lot
right.
and then they gain.
Yeah.
Maybe it was all muscle.
Or maybe it was the picture. I don't know. You know those angles.
Let's address the big man next to him, the elephant in the room, Pascal,
Mild P?
P,
Mild
Siakam.
P. Mild P.
Max
So
contract. Mild. Pascal Siakam. Okay, so 13 points today, 5 for 12. He had 5 costly turnovers.
Five
and these
costly
weren't
turnovers.
It was
these were
bad.
bad
He was like
turnovers. These weren't
he was
like,
forcing
dead ball.
he was forcing it
yeah,
way
these
too
weren't
much.
dead ball turnovers. These were live on ball steals to Marcus Smart, Jalen Brown, and then run outs and then fast
Yeah.
break finishes.
And
Yeah.
I think he exposed his tendencies a lot this series. Like especially the dribble, put his head down, spin, They were anticipating that, and it was just a turnover every time. And
Yeah, and he
they just played it
he
so
couldn't
smart, the Celtics.
he couldn't get past anyone the entire
Right.
series. Yeah, and it was just so hard to watch him.
Yeah.
And all of the shots that he did attempt, they were all difficult shots. So the Celtics did a great job in
And
locking
his
him down.
shooting. He was like
Yeah.
he made like 4 threes this entire bubble, I think. Something like that. Something I don't know, it's probably better than that, but like that's what it felt like. And
And it says a lot that when the Celtics were switching and Kemba's on Siakam and they choose not to go that direction with
yeah.
Siakam.
Yeah,
It's like
it's like
have
not a
they lost
mismatch.
confidence
Like
in Mild P as well?
It's
It's
not
crazy.
it's like he lost confidence in himself.
Right.
The team also
Yeah.
lost confidence in him.
Right.
And you can see it. I was even watching. I was like, okay. I was watching the halftime, and they were like putting up shots. And Siakam
Yeah,
was just
yeah, they did show that.
freaking every single wide open look out there. I was like,
Oh,
oh my
God.
god, is this guy actually gonna make a shot? And
Boucher, what's his name? Boucher.
Boucher.
I wasn't sure if
Boucher.
it
He was
was
even
him.
making
Yeah.
more shots with a shot like that.
Were you watching that? Dude, I was
Yeah, I was
it in
watching that
halftime. I was
also in
like, yo, is this
halftime.
guy gonna make a shot? But yeah,
Okay. If we were on Hot Ones, you know that first Wi-Fi show.
Yeah, yeah.
In the regular season, man, he's like 3/4 down the line. Got that Scoville level, maybe like I don't know, 20,000. Bro, Mild P, he wouldn't even make the hot sauce lineup like in the playoffs. It's
Dude, like,
terrible,
Oh
bro.
my god.
I roasted Giannis before for having like in the last episode, remember, for having a one-dimensional game.
Yeah.
Siakam's basically a less dominant Giannis.
He has like a half
With a
dimensional game
slightly better jumper, maybe.
Maybe
Maybe.
depends like,
from the
this series.
corner.
From the
But
corner.
like he has one move or maybe like two moves. Like what he has some
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
post moves. Then he has that one spin move when he drives. But other than that, he just looks. I don't know. Like I don't know if the shots he was taking were necessarily bad. They were like
Yeah.
some of them were like in the ring, like near the paint already.
Yeah.
Paint area, and he just missed them. And maybe that's more. That also has to do with the Celtics defense. But I don't know. It's
The
looked
pressure.
like shots that he
Yeah.
could make, but he just
Yeah.
he was gone.
So onto Nurse, due to Gasol and Siakam's blatant struggles, I was legitimately baffled that Ibaka didn't play more in a win or go home game.
Right.
Right. Like we talked about, he only played 20 minutes. In those 20 minutes, he had 14 points, 8 rebounds on 55% field goal, and he was a +6. So that's like way better than Marc Gasol, right?
Dude, even
And
even Ibaka was baffled. You know, he saw him on the bench. He looked pissed.
yeah, exactly.
And
So he's a better shooter than Gasol
Right.
and Siakam, right? So if you spread the floor like that, then Fred VanVleet and Kyle Lowry, they can like drive into the paint more. It opens up the floor. So I feel like it was just a really bad strategy on Nick Nurse's part.
like Lowry and Ibaka were working well in the pick and pop game. Lowry was doing those 2K L1, switch it to
Yeah.
pop, and then he turns around for that pass.
Bro,
Great.
when it was Lowry and Serge Ibaka, it was like pick and pop. like
No, it was just
like
I think it
just
was
look at the flick of the
it
wrist,
was
man.
more
Like every single
ano,
time.
I feel like Nurse just wanted to ride out Siakam and just trust him that he would
Mhm.
show up.
Yeah, no, but as a coach, you have to make
Yeah,
that
that's why,
difficult
that's why. But, like,
decision in a win or go home
I think
game.
that was maybe that was a mistake. But then I know Ibaka
Yeah.
maybe wouldn't be the perfect. They'd go big a bit, and the Celtics
Yeah.
were gonna probably attack him also off the pick and roll because the way
Yeah.
the Raptors defense was working, the Celtics didn't score a field goal last 5 minutes of the game, and that's because the Raptors went to their five small with Anunoby
Right.
at the center.
With Anunoby.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Celtics
Yeah.
couldn't score. The Raptors had their opportunities. And that's what I was going to talk about later. Like, even despite Siakam playing so bad, Gasol being basically playing for the Celtics,
Yeah.
the Raptors had those opportunities. And they just,
Yeah.
like that fast break where Powell,
Right.
he got, Tatum missed the layup and then it led to a Powell. It was like the
Yeah.
exact same play with the Powell's fast break in
Game 6.
Game 6, right?
Yeah.
But Marcus Smart
Yeah.
this time wasn't completely in front of him. He was more of like, I feel like he was like kind of like training. But it was a two. Basically, first of all, I thought it was a bad shot. Okay, he was what 1-on-2. Like Kemba was there, Smart was there.
Yeah.
But then this time, compared to the other move, Powell didn't. He didn't get his body into him. That's why
You're
Smart,
right.
the game saving,
He
Game-
opened up the
Yeah,
angle.
that was
way
crazy.
changing,
Would've-
Yeah.
amazing,
And I think-
LeBron-esque, pin off the backboard block.
Blocked by Smart.
Here's LeBron.
A
Here's LeBron.
superhuman recovery by Marcus Smart.
Here's LeBron. Here's mini LeBron. Here's Marcus Smart. No, I'm just kidding.
But
No,
I
but
think
that was go.
one thing that was showed today also, which was the worry of the haters of the Raptors at the start of the season, was now that Kawhi is gone, who do you
Who
go to in
finishes,
the
yeah.
last in the clutch moments? And I'm saying Anunoby
See, I have a hard
made
time
the
also.
big shot. Lowry hit big shots in the other games, but Game 7, man, different. Like
Yeah,
Tatum,
Larry got fouled out.
Tatum was the best player in the
Yeah.
floor. That's why they won.
Yeah.
Right? That's how it. That's
I
how it
think
works.
if Nurse ran with Siakam, if Nurse ran instead of like Gasol, if he ran Ibaka, then that allows them more switchability on defense, and it would have been a better matchup against the
No, but as I was
Celtics.
saying, like,
And
it's not both of them didn't play anyway in the final 5 minutes, and they still had a chance to
Yeah.
win. But then again, Larry fouled out, so that shot by Fred VanVleet was a terrible shot.
No. But here's the thing. I knew you were gonna bring that up.
That was
People are criticizing Fred
no,
VanVleet
that
for
was
like his
a
fadeaway
terrible
shot attempt.
shot, dude.
But no, bro, he was the main reason that they were
he
even
was,
in the
he
game.
was, but that was
every
still a terrible.
every
shot.
time
That
that
was
they
still a
were
terrible
every time that they were cold, he was the one who broke the cold streak
Yeah.
and he hit big shots.
Here, I have a
Person-
question.
like from nothing.
for Andre.
Personally, I think they should have taken the layup.
2 for 1, right? I thought 2 for 1. I
There
thought
were,
VanVleet was gonna 2 for 1.
I remember, if I'm not mistaken, 30 seconds somewhere
Yeah,
there.
so they could have
And
gotten 2 shots.
They could have gone layup, and even if you, it's just a layup, 2 points. You can
Yeah,
foul.
and
Who
then they
knows?
have
You get
timeout.
to foul
They have one time-
someone
They still got a timeout. Nurse
like
didn't
Grant
take the
Williams
timeout,
again, right?
Yeah. And the Nurse still got a timeout, so they could have taken a
Yeah.
timeout, and then
Right.
another game 3 miracle out of there. And
So
I have a question for Andre. Do you ever get those? You've been playing basketball, varsity for your whole life now. Do you ever get those moments where you have the ball? Well, you have the ball in the clutch time, and you get that feeling like, oh, this is the shot I should take. Like, this is it. But then you turn out to be completely wrong. Like that wasn't the shot that you should. I feel like that was happened to
haven't-
VanVleet. I feel like that's what happened, dude.
Dude, I think I haven't gotten the ball for like a final play since freshman
Oh, you
year
have-
of high
yeah,
school.
that's not
Yeah,
because
But-
like
in the when I played U up high school, like I don't think so. Nah.
because like I feel like that's the case because VanVleet was holding the ball for so long and he
Yeah.
couldn't shake his first defender. I think it was Brown. Then they switched it. Then he had Grant Williams. And
Right.
he pulled out this really weak hezzy, like a hezzy that I don't think anyone would fall for. And it wasn't like he was gonna go anywhere with that hezzy. Like he didn't have any
That was-
intention to drive it at all. And then those two.
It was a really bad
yeah,
shot.
And then he took that like semi fadeaway block. I don't know. I feel like in his
Yeah.
head he was like, "Oh yeah, this is my moment. This is the one I."
So we have a
have-
Fred VanVleet hater here.
I'm not a hater, dude. I just feel like,
Okay, wait.
I-
Which
wait,
leads
I
me to
just-
the question though.
mentality.
Does Fred get the max contract this summer?
By who?
no,
No, he doesn't.
No.
I don't.
No,
he's
he
an
doesn't.
RFA,
No.
right? He's an RFA.
from no one.
Do you
So the
think the
Raptors have
Raptors
to
won't
match.
offer it to him? I think they
I don't
will.
think so. I don't think so.
No, but I don't think he should. I don't think he deserves that
Deserves.
much. He
Okay,
deserves
that's
to be a
another
big
convo.
chunk of the cap, but not a
Okay,
max
wait, let's
for
talk
me.
about
Yeah.
what the Raptors should do after in a while. But I still want to comment on the game itself. So yeah, wait, did we talk about anything? Smart block and then VanVleet completely missing. And then what happened
The
after that?
Tatum offensive rebound.
Oh yeah, that Tatum offensive rebound.
That was big.
And Powell,
Yeah,
2 mistakes
That was-
actually. That
yeah.
layup and not boxing out Tatum. Tatum wasn't in the paint area.
Yeah, he was in the arc.
three-point range.
yeah, he ran
He
in.
ran in and got it. And dude had like what, 15 rebounds, 12 rebounds,
15.
7 assists, 29.
That's
Okay, so overall for the Raptors, I think in general it's just difficult to
12
win
rebounds.
back-to-back championships, and you know the Raptors they put up a strong effort, and especially after losing their best player in Kawhi Leonard. Like, name me another team in the NBA that will make the conference finals after losing their best player.
That's true.
Like,
That's true.
It just none. The Bucks no,
Yeah.
Rockets no,
It's
Lakers
not,
no,
it's not like
Clippers
they added
no.
anyone. It's the exact same team, just minus
That's why.
Kawhi.
So like, how can we expect them to make the conference finals?
But that's the thing. People were
Like-
expecting, like low key. There was this like
No, but
dangerous.
they sort of remind me of the Nuggets. Like, they're good in the regular season, yeah, but like they don't have that guy.
That guy, right?
The Nuggets don't have that guy
Okay,
yet.
but
Hopefully Jamal
yeah.
Murray, but they don't have that guy.
MPJ Young Goat.
So let's talk about the series in general. I feel like this was a series, probably I think one of the best series in the past 5 years. This was an amazing
Yeah.
series. We had Game
Yeah.
Three. Well, the Celtics pretty much won the first two games, and but then Game Three, a miracle with Toronto being down 2-0, and it looked like it was 3-0. It looked like the series was over, and everyone was saying it was over. But then that shot brought in life back, and it showed basically how one shot or one possession can change the entire course of an NBA series. Then they came back Game 4, Game 5, Celtics dominated, and then Game 6, a double overtime thriller, and it ended, and then that was like an amazing game itself, and it ended with some chippy like talking, Marcus Smart, blah blah blah, and then after that, Game 7, basically your favorite type of game, Javier, gritty. 90s, early
Gritty
2000. What the Raptors had 87 points, Celtics had 92. Poor shooting,
lockdown
Lockdown.
defense.
I was so close to the prediction.
I
Yeah, that was good.
I love it though
Nice.
when it's a Game 7 and these type of games where you
Yeah,
both
for
teams are
sure.
just like trying to survive, and it's so good about these teams. Like both teams are like the never give up, fight to the end. Will
Yeah.
like will
And I
run for
think
your money types of teams. It's just I don't know. It's just great basketball to watch in general.
yeah. And I think the Raptors they should hold their head high because like we talked about, they won the championship last year. They got this far. Like and they came back from almost being 0-3 down, right? They were 0.5 seconds away from
Yeah.
0-3 down. So it was their championship mentality and
And a
like their
bit of luck
confidence
and a
that
bit of
we've
luck.
been here before, that
No
they
point.
didn't give up and they got into this game 7. Only what, like 2 possession, 3 possession game.
Mhm.
The only thing I'd be scared
Yeah.
about is that Siakam max contract. Like they signed him
Yeah, that's
very
bad for
early on
their
the max,
future.
and that's not encouraging at all.
Rico Hines needs to work on his game more. Rico Hines basketball.
Is he a
But-
Rico Hines guy? He is, right?
Yeah,
He's
Pascal's
always
the
there.
Rico
right?
Hines
Yeah.
guy.
Jayson Tatum, superstar. That's all I'm gonna say. He was the best player in a Game 7 against
Right.
a contending team, and it wasn't close. Who was the best player there? Like it was obvious. Marcus Smart, game changer, but at the end of the day, Jayson Tatum was the best player in that court.
Hmm
29 points, 7 assists, 12 rebounds, and a crucial offensive rebound to seal the deal too. I feel like in this series, his passing and his playmaking has gotten so much better.
Agree.
He makes those passes already, especially now that he's getting used to more doubles. What do you think, Andre? You're the basketball genius here.
Stan Van Gundy was talking about it the whole game, so it was getting into me. I was like, "Oh right, this guy
Bro,
is
he was
passing
brainwashing us.
Because before he really forced the situation, but
Right?
now that he's the star, he's seeing more doubles. He's making the right decisions.
Yeah.
The key
Yeah.
now for the Celtics is knocking down those shots. And I think I was glad that there was a time, if you remember in the third, Kemba struggling for a while.
Yeah.
Then they focused the plays more on JT,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Running the offense through him. But thank God Kemba came alive in the fourth.
Yeah.
And
But here's the thing, man. Like to wrap up this whole series with the Celtics and the Raptors, Kemba choked, man, and
Yeah.
he
Wait,
came
wait,
up
wait,
small in this
hold
series.
on there.
No, let me
Hold on.
finish. Let me finish. In game 2, he had 17 points, 33 field goal percentage. Game 4, only 15 points. Game 6, 5 points on 18% field goal. Game 7, 14 points on 31% field goal. Like, you gotta show up, man. Like he's the second best player. Maybe he was supposed to be the best
You know-
player, but against the Heat, like to beat them, to overcome them,
Right.
he needs to play bigger than
I was
that.
that's what I was gonna say also a
But
while
you know
ago.
they
that
boxed and won him, right?
you
They
can't
boxed and won
you
him.
can't have that.
They boxed.
Yeah, they boxed and won him.
Yeah.
He's your max player. He's supposed to be a
No, but
superstar.
a
Like
box and
you
one.
gotta
How are
play
you
better than
supposed
that.
to? I don't know. For me, he was box and one, and the right thing to do is to let the other Celtics players score. Like, if you're gonna try to force up shots when you're being box and one, that's just playing into their defense.
But he did. That's why he had 18% field goal. That's
Yeah,
why
he shot bad.
he
Yeah,
shot
but,
it
like,
so badly.
You have to give him some. He did not choke. He was box and one for roughly 75% of the series. The Raptors decided that he was the one. They were the one that they were gonna take out. So I feel like he was pretty off. He had these two wide open threes he missed. Then he had
Mhm.
some free throws that he missed. But then
I think yeah.
I don't know, the box and one for me, and then he decided to just let the other Celtics like Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum to be the ones to get it going. He,
If I were the Raptors, I'd box in one Jason Tatum, man. Not Kemba.
I
Let that
think
guy
like
shoot.
they boxed in one Kemba because they realized off the pick and roll he's actually
I think it's
unguardable.
easier also as a small guy,
Yeah,
like to defend
Right.
him. And I think what the Celtics have going for them versus the Heat, not that the Heat don't have this, but the Celtic defense is like actually suffocating. So you
Mm,
have like Tatum, Brown,
the
Smart,
only weak link is
Tice, and
right.
pretty
then
much Walker.
Hayward when he comes back.
Walker is the only weak link of that defensive squad.
Yeah.
Then they have,
And Hayward's return, I think it'll do wonders for the Celtics because
dude, do you think
in
he
the
got
playoffs,
the
especially, you need 7 to 8 guys who you can rely on.
Yeah.
So, you take out Semi probably or
bro? Semi
Wanamaker or
was
one of the
horrible to
Williams
watch
guys.
today. He made 1 3, but oh my god, dude, it's like watching someone ready to commit a
Is this
mistake.
Semi?
Yeah, bro, minus
He
14.
was minus
Yeah, minus 14.
14.
Defensive mistakes everywhere. Lowry would
Yeah.
attack him and you think he's a pretty good defender. He's like bulked up and shit, but like,
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I think what's gonna be interesting now in this next series, the Heat Celtics, is who adjusts to who. Because now that
And
the
how?
rotation is smaller, we have Heat 9-man rotation. So we have the 5 starters. Who do we have? We have Dragic, Butler, we have Bam,
Robinson,
Robinson, and Jay Crowder.
Crowder.
But
Yeah.
what's interesting, because the Heat mostly have guards in their bench, aside from
Yeah.
Olynyk, while the Celtics have bigs
Yeah.
coming off the bench.
The Williams
So-
brothers. Can we give a shout out to both of them?
So are the Heat gonna adjust their rotation to play big? Because if you check it out, the Heat Celtics matchup in the season, they played 3 times. Celtics won twice, Heat won once, and Celtics won the points in the paint and rebounding battle in all the games. So that might be big. So we'll have to see which team adjusts to who.
Yeah. And I think the Heat, their advantage is also that they're well rested.
Right.
They beat like the Bucks in only 5 games. Like Celtics
They have
played
like
hard.
they have like
So,
4 days though. I feel like that's
7
enough.
games.
4 days to rest. The Celtics can like swim and go golfing or whatever they want to do.
The Heat are
But
just
hey, dude.
scary though, man.
Gordon Hayward's back.
I saw.
You forgot that guy's an 18-point game scorer. And
Dude.
that's gonna
It's a big deal.
You know what
It's a
makes
big
me happy
addition.
that he's back?
Y-
That they can play Marcus Smart at point guard and take out Kemba for certain plays. I think
you know what
they're gonna keep attacking Kemba. The Raptors did
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
I won't
they
be
will.
surprised if the Heat
they
do
will,
it.
they will. But you know what's dude, his wife hasn't given birth yet. I think he got the go signal from his wife. I bet Gordon was like begging, please can I come back to the bubble? And it's their first boy too, I think, because he has like 3 girls, and this is their first boy. And initially he said like, "Oh, my wife giving birth is something you really can't miss." So we'll just. see
Oh
what
right,
happens."
I remember.
But he's back.
Congrats, Mr.
now.
Hayward. If you're listening
Dude.
to this, congrats.
I thought that Caruso was big because he
Dude, I
skipped
bet-
his sister's wedding.
I bet.
Oh my gosh, this is bigger, bro. Like
First
skipping
son.
your wife's
I know,
birth.
right?
Like
How much did he beg for that? I bet Danny Ainge was like Danny Ainge gave him an offer that he was like, you don't get re-signed next season if you don't come back to the
Bro, I'd do the same for a ring, man. If you have this
Really?
chance.
dude. Andre's future wife, you're hearing this right now.
Might lose another ring pala, no? The one to your wife.
Yeah, you missed the other
It's a
ring for the.
dude, it's a risk I'm willing to take.
Risking it all.
No, but I don't know. Maybe he'll leave again. I'm just confused because like she's due at the end of September, so will that I don't know. That
Dude,
might be
if he leaves again, you guys are in
yeah,
trouble.
I know. So
Like from now
if we
on.
make the finals, I don't know if that's finals time or that's still conference finals time, but just found it funny how he told everyone he was gonna leave, but then finally he's back. I thought he wasn't coming back because of his wife thing.
I'm just praying he
Alright,
stays, man.
so-
Like, we can't be trusting Mr. Wanamaker for
Hey,
a lot
Semi.
of minutes.
Wanamaker.
Semi.
Okay, can I just give a shout out first to Grant Williams and Robin Williams? Grant
Okay, go
Williams,
ahead.
Robin Williams. You mean Robert Williams?
Robert
Robin Williams is the actor, bro.
Robert Williams.
Rest in peace.
Grant
Rest in
Williams
peace.
bricked.
God bless his soul.
He bricked 2 free throws. I knew he was gonna miss them though, but he absolutely
His
bricked
face,
them.
man.
Like it wasn't even close. I thought
Dude.
one would at least be in and out, but this one,
Dude,
two.
when he missed,
you know how
when he bricked it, I was like, yes, yes. And then Tatum got the rebound, and
you know how
yeah,
you know how
I
when
knew
you
Tatum
brick
was
one
draining
too
both
strong,
of them.
You should actually adjust your shot, and maybe the next shot becomes short or something because you realize that you're shooting it too strong.
He didn't
He
compensate at all.
bricked it even like harder. That's why Tatum got the rebound. I thank him for that because the brick was so like hard. The ball went so high, so Tatum was able to rebound it from the 3-point line.
It was a calculated
But
brick.
he made up for it though. He had an incredible defensive play against Fed VanVleet, got the block, and he had like 2 big offensive rebounds to get the clock. So yeah, great game by him. He admitted it also. He was like, "I missed those, but shout out for Jayson Tatum for saving my ass, stuff like that."
Classic.
And Robert Williams too, great game. Only 4 points, but Tice was in foul trouble. Tice didn't play a good game today. Got fouled out, 5 points, 2 first.
That was funny. 5 fouls. They saved him. And then first
Yeah, yeah.
possession, like
Kyle
fouled
Lowry
out.
just attacks him. He's out.
That was a big miss by Lowry. Also,
That end
Like,
one, the end one.
it was going to be an end one, and he
Yeah. That was a big. one.
unfortunate
He
for
usually
them.
makes that.
Every point counts.
I was so
every point
happy.
He
counts.
took a
Lowry
bad
was-
shot too. That fadeaway 3 in the
Yeah,
wing.
yeah, yeah. Larry was off.
Was
dude, today.
surprised with how
Yeah.
not composed they were.
Yeah, he took a fade away. I would have rather him take like those really far but on balance threes. He takes those, right? Like
Yeah,
3
Yeah.
feet
Yeah.
beyond the arc,
Where he
but
jumps
on
forward.
balance, compared to like something where he's leaning. Larry's not the type to like,
Yeah.
take those leaning shots. So I don't know what happened there. Yeah, so basically, yeah, the Celtics bench they didn't play well. They had 7 points in total, but clutch. Both Williams, I'd say.
clutch 7 points. Oh my god.
Yeah, the Raptors bench I had what? They had
That
around.
that's
20
what
something.
worries me versus the Heat, man.
No, but that's the thing. Hayward's coming back, so that puts Smart or Hayward
Okay.
off the bench. So that will help it at least.
we gotta
Yeah.
remember coming off the bench for the Heat, my boy Tyler Hero. God damn.
Here's
Do
the
you
thing,
think
guys.
Tiger Hero
I've been-
is gonna do the same, get those points against the Celtics defense?
I've
I
been
don't think so.
quiet long enough. This Celtics Heat series, Heat Nation, man,
You're a Heat
all day. I'm going with Heat
going-
Nation.
you're-
I'm sorry, guys. I know both of you are rooting for the Celtics.
Nah, wait, you're going for the Heat, or you think the Heat are gonna win?
I'm going for the Heat. I'm riding with
So
the
you think
Heat.
they're
And
gonna
who do you
Yeah.
think is gonna win?
They're
Who do
gonna
you think's
win.
gonna win?
They're gonna
Yeah,
win.
They're gonna
that
win.
game
Heat are
You
gonna
think the
win.
Heat are gonna win?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Honest-
dude,
I think
people,
They
okay,
the
people
Heat
are going
they have
going for the.
they have insane versatility, and Bam was all defensive second team. Celtics won't be able to like exploit a defensive mismatch like how they did with Marc Gasol. Like I felt so bad for him, dude.
Mm.
Like he just looked so out of place. He couldn't move at all.
Like, I don't know. The Celtics are the more talented team, right? You know that.
Yeah,
But I think the Heat are the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
favorites.
They are.
I think in everyone's
dude,
mind.
I
A lot
feel
of
like the
people are
Heat-
cheering for the Heat.
It's the Heat are such a swagger, cool team. I feel like everyone's just jumping like, oh my god. It's like when you go in high school and you see the cool guys and you just follow what they say. Like, oh my god, there they are. Yeah, yeah. They're
Dude,
like, oh,
They're
you
the
guys
bad
know.
boys of the East, but like not as
No.
annoying as the Clippers. Like
But the thing is, no
Likeable
one
bad
cared
boys.
about the Celtics throughout the entire season. Like analysts slept on them so hard. Like predictors, betters, they
I mean, it's
slept
the
on
same
them
with the
so
Heat,
hard
though.
also.
The Heat, the analysts slept even more. So the Celtics were always
Yeah.
that dark horse. The Heat weren't even the dark. They were the darker horse, basically.
yeah,
The Celtics, like,
definitely.
people were always like, oh, the Celtics are the dark horse coming for the East. I don't know who had them, like Jalen Rose or something. But no one talked about the Heat. Then suddenly, the Heat started, oh, the Heat are the dark horse. In there.
No, it was in the bubble that they became the dark horse in the seeding
Yeah, yeah,
games because they started balling out like crazy. And they have a multitude of defensive athletic wings, right? They have Jimmy Buckets, Jay Crowder, Andre Iguodala, Derek Jones Jr. That guy's on a
But
pogo
dude,
stick
Derrick Jones
every
Jr. is
single
not even
game.
gonna play on
Imagine
the-
Derek Jones Jr. that skilled, that athletic, and he's not even the rotation. So anytime they can
Exactly.
just bring him
They're
out.
deep, man.
Yeah, but
Crazy.
And they have-
we can't use the argument of skilled wings when we're talking about the team with.
No, that's why they
best
match up
wings in the
perfectly.
East.
They match up perfectly. And they have marks. What you guys don't have, they have marksmen extraordinaires in Tyler Hero and Duncan
Okay,
Robinson.
Tyler Hero's not a
And obviously, we
marksman
know how
extraordinaire.
important
He's a
3-point shots are.
Duncan Robinson
Yeah.
is a marksman. Tyler Hero is not a marksman. He's a decent shooter.
He's a
He's not a
marksman, man.
marksman.
He's not scared of the
after
moment.
the last series, that was crazy. I'd call him
Yeah, that was
anything.
crazy.
Might call him
He's a
Jordan.
marksman.
But they played a dysfunction. Not you know what? Okay, my take is that one. I just think the Celtics are the more talented team. The Heat are scary, yeah,
Agree.
but when it comes to raw talent, the Celtics are better. I
Yeah, raw talent doesn't win games though. Sorry.
It did in this series. No matter the X and O's of Nick Nurse, Celtics were the more talented team, and it showed that in Game 7, and they won. And you keep saying about the Heat defense being like this amazing. The Celtics have a better defense, I'd argue, than the Heat. The Smart, Tatum, Brown, even Daniel Tice is an amazing defense. That combination, I don't know any other than Jimmy Butler from the Heat who is gonna deal significant damage to that defense. Like who? Like okay, Tiger Hero, yeah, he's been playing well, but will Tiger Hero really step it up that much against a Celtics
Yeah.
defense like that? You think so?
Yeah. I think that's why I'm still going for the Celtics because I feel confident with how they're gonna be able to contain the ball. Because to stop the Heat, you really have to minimize those drives to avoid the open
Yeah.
kicks.
Yeah.
That's how
Yeah.
that's how the Heat play. Eh. They're gonna force the help, get the open threes. So I think with Brown, Smart, and then matching up with Hero, Robinson, Dragic, I think they'll be able to contain.
I think in this series, game 1 is so important because both teams are kind of like the Heat are such a big like bullies like whatever
Yeah.
type of team, and if they win game 1, the Celtics are gonna be playing scared from them on, and that's not good for playing into the Heat,
Right.
Because like the
I
Heat are just gonna
think Goran
counterattack.
Dragic, he's been underrated for like most of his career. He's actually like a really crafty guy.
Yeah.
In these playoffs, he's averaging 21, 4, and 4. So I think that he's going to be a difference maker and a playmaker for the Heat, and it's going to be important against the Celtics. And people forget that I know it was 2014, but he reached an All NBA third team level, right? So he's not like, I'm not like saying that he's good out of
He's
nowhere.
good.
Like he was good, dude.
Yeah.
And I think Eric Spoelstra versus Brad Stevens, it's going to be a duel of like coaching masterminds. Even the Raptors Celtics series was, but this is like with two more evenly matched
Yeah.
teams
And
because of the
it's
talent.
gonna be interesting to see if Nunn comes back to the starting lineup. Then Dragic comes
Kendrick.
off the bench again, and maybe he can get a tired Walker as a matchup
I think they're gonna
or
match
Brad
up Smart.
Wanamaker.
Smart. I think they're gonna put
That's this
Smart
matchup.
on Dragic. I feel like it's gonna be Smart on Dragic, Tatum on Butler, then
Butler.
Crowder and Brown, which is crazy because all those matchups are like, both are like all four guards, all
Yeah.
four forwards. There are crazy defenders. Jay Crowder is such a good defender. He was on the Celtics.
Yeah.
He was amazing.
But that's the thing about this series that makes it so interesting. Like every point I bring up for the Heat, you can bring up one for the Celtics
Right.
and vice versa.
Can we
Like, they just
say
match
Pat
each other
Riley
so
Who's gonna
versus-
do it better,
Pat Riley
basically?
versus Danny Ainge, battle of the best
GMs.
out there. It's a crazy series, dude.
I think-
this is gonna be another Toronto Boston, like a part 2. This is probably gonna be Go 7
Yeah.
or 6.
But here's the difference maker for me. I've been the conductor on the Jimmy Buckets hype train, and I'm giving out free tickets to anyone before we depart. Like, just jump on the train, man, before it's too late. In the bubble, I predicted that the Heat would upset the Bucks, right? Just like some of those analysts picking them as a dark horse. I'm not ready to back down now. I think they're going to the finals, man.
Stop lying. You never
No, I'll-
predicted that.
I'll put the
I swear,
receipts
you're just
on
one of
the
those
screen
people
right
that are
now.
like, "Oh my
Exposed
God.
you last episode.
Oh
I'll
my
expose you
God,
now.
The Heat, I mean, scary team. Yeah, they're good, but then I feel like so many people are just jumping on them for the sake that there's this such a scary hype team.
If you want my objective take though, like if you ask me now, my prediction, I might be leaning towards the Heat. But since I predicted before the bubble that it was Celtics Lakers finals, I gotta stick with that. So let's go Celtics.
No, but
Dude, I hate you so
here's
much,
here's
man.
how
What is that? You just-
disrespectful that it gets. I'm just bringing up points about how good the Heat are, and Vince is saying, "Oh, stop this about the Heat." Like you have to show them some respect,
I
man.
do show them
Like
some respect. I
the
just feel like there's
Celtics are really
there's this
good,
factor
but so are the Heat.
of
The Heat are
people
serious.
jumping on them, and they were, I don't know, they. We'll see.
If I'm the Celtics, I think I live with Bam scoring 30, 40 points. I think just
Bam, the
don't let the
shooters get hot.
shooters kill us. Don't let them outshoot us. We'll bully them in the paint. We'll out rebound them. Just don't let them outscore us that much. Because with how hot
Oh,
they are, I think they're gonna ride this momentum. Come on, beating the number
No,
one
but the
team
thing
in the
is,
NBA. They must
both
be confident as fuck right now.
dude,
So
both
did
teams
you hear
are
Andre?
versatile.
He was like, "Don't let them beat us." He used that all important "us" word, man. Like he's,
yeah,
he's part of Celtics
No,
Nation.
okay,
He's
so
bleeding
yeah,
green
I'm starting
the
to get.
the thing is with both these teams, they're both versatile in a sense that if it was a shootout for both of these teams, it would still be close. If it was a gritty like this Toronto series, it would still be close. Both teams are versatile enough. Like the Celtics have enough weapons, I think, to shoot also, like to
Yeah,
shoot out the Heat. They're
Yeah.
pretty good shooters
Well,
too.
but
not if Kemba's playing like that.
yeah, they
But
just have to be
Dude,
consistent. They
Kemba
just have
Kemba
to be
won't
consistent.
continue to play. Dude, they're not gonna if they box on one Kemba again. I don't think that's gonna work on their part.
So, who do you guys think the X factor for each team is going to be in this series?
Brad
I think it's
Wanamaker.
Goran Dragic for the Heat because Bam, you know what you're gonna get,
Right.
and Jimmy buckets, yeah, you know what you're
Yeah.
gonna get. I think it's Goran Dragic, and that he's so important because he opens up play for them. Like he collapses the defense, he kicks it out to the shooters.
Right.
So if he's able to collapse the defense from Marcus Smart locking him down, then like props to him, man. Like he's gonna take the heat
I feel
far.
like for me, for the Celtics, the X factor is Kemba. Cause yeah, like you said, we haven't seen cardiac Kemba. We
Cardiac.
haven't seen the Kemba that would score 50 points in a game or something. I mean,
Yeah.
Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum have been like ultra consistent this playoff. So like you said, we know what we're gonna get out of those two. And then Smart, obviously, it's Marcus Smart is Marcus Smart. He's gonna make Marcus Smart plays every
Right.
single game. So yeah, Kemba is and then Hayward's health is another X factor in itself. Or
Glass cannon.
Hayward's pregnancy, his wife's pregnancy, is another X factor.
I think Marcus Smart is really ascending in this playoffs.
Defensive
Like
Player of the
he was-
Year.
he was good, man, but like before, but like his shooting has improved so much. He's really
Yeah.
draining those threes, and you know that chase down block that really was LeBron-esque. Like props to him.
Dude, whoever the skills coach of the Celtics are, I think that's a dream skills coach I want to work with.
Dude, Marcus
To
Smart.
turn Marcus Smart and Jalen Brown into. Because I honestly thought they were going to be busts at their high
Dude,
picks.
Jalen Brown was such a bad decision maker when he got
Yeah,
drafted. He improved
exactly.
so much,
And-
and his shooting was like really questionable before.
Dude, they're just making wise decisions. They have the skill
can't
to make
they're
certain
rookies,
moves. Like
though.
Jalen Brown does those skilled things off the post. Like it's just so fun to watch.
Jalen
Maybe that's
Brown's
why I like the Celtics.
sexy. His game, sexy,
Yeah.
bro. That's a
It is.
sexy game.
And I was thoroughly entertained by Marcus Smart and Kyle Lowry. You know, like
You see that
battle of
meme
the flops,
where they're like
battle
helping each other
of
up?
selling
You
the
see that
call.
meme? The one where they're helping each other up, and it's the Spider-Man
Yeah,
meme.
Yeah.
Like,
I was laughing so hard.
and I agree that
might-
Marcus Smart is who Patrick Beverly thinks he is, like we talked about. Like
It's so true,
dude.
though.
Marcus Smart and Kyle Lowry, they just play like big guards.
Pitbulls, basically.
They don't even count as
Pitbulls.
guards. Yeah.
Stocky.
Dude, I feel like Marcus Smart is who you should aim to be, Andre. That's good player
Yeah.
comparison right there, dude. I
Dude,
feel like Marcus Smart.
That's my idol. Marcus. I want a Marcus Smart jersey and a Tyler Hero jersey. Shit.
Marcus Tyler.
Dude, Tyler Hero calling it like every season. I try to think of a rookie na who's gonna do something.
Who was it last season?
You
Who
know,
was it last season?
I can put
DeAndre Ayton.
like if I'm feeling like a stone cold killer tonight, I can put some receipts up on the screen of like Vince sleeping on Tyler Hero so hard. He doesn't give him any respect throughout the entire playoffs. He's been hitting such big shots, and he's not even just a shooter anymore. Like he can put it on the floor a bit,
Okay.
and even in crunch time, you can rely on him.
Don't you feel sad, Vince, that the Celtics were one pick away from Tyler, and instead got
Yeah,
Romeo
that's an
Langford.
underrated. That's an underrated storyline because
It,
they were a coin flip
You know
away. It was
these
like what was
things
it,
like
13th pick and
these
14th
right,
things
pick.
exactly.
you can't really like it happens to when they go like past 15 you can't really say oh my god I feel so sad it's like when Giannis got picked 15 you want all those 14 teams oh my god I didn't pick at 15 who knew like it's not you're not supposed to know
No,
when it's
but
past
some
15.
people knew how good Hero was. Like specifically, Bill Simmons. I was listening to his podcast. He was literally praying that they wouldn't pick him after the coin flip.
Yeah.
Like he was so
Yeah,
sad that they lost the coin flip.
I thought we should have picked like him. I wanted him also, but like my point is that when you're going past when these high picks, it's like I think it's pretty much like a coin flip. Like you like most teams, they don't know. I don't know, except for the Spurs. The Spurs for some reason always know what to do in the draft. Like they get these high picks and their scouting's probably amazing. But then
And the Lakers.
Like the
the
57th pick with Emmanuel Ginobili.
but the average, the consensus is you draft like a late pick and you don't really know what you're gonna get out of them. And
Yeah.
some picks are
With high picks, you just gotta get someone confident,
yeah
someone
for high
who
picks.
believes they're gonna improve their game.
I
That's how it
can
works.
I can give a team shit for picking like a bad pick in like top 10, but when it comes like to those higher picks, you can't really like unless they're like really terrible picks. Like
Sad.
yeah, so oh yeah, for thing to notice, Patrick McCaw loses his first series in his career. Was 3-for-3 before that. And then this is Nick
Oh, right.
Nurse's first series that he lost with the
You know
Raptors.
how players they have those photo shoots with like all their rings and stuff. Imagine like a picture of Patrick McCall just like sitting like this,
The
and he has
Bill Russell
three
pillow.
rings right here. Yeah, just like that. Patrick McCall, man.
He won two with the Warriors, right?
Yeah.
Was he
Yeah,
ever a rotational player? Was he ever in?
yeah. In the regular
Regular
season, he
season,
was.
But
yeah.
he
Yeah.
never did. He ever have a single moment that he could like look back and say, "I did that to earn that ring." Like
No,
besides
all
the,
teammates, even if you're in the third string, you believe that you're,
I know, but
you
like there has to be like
contributed.
I feel like
It starts in practice.
there's this
Yeah.
single moment that at least I don't know if I
It
was a bench
it's
player
sort
I'd
of
have to like even though I was the most bench players of all like the last guy I'd love to have one moment where I can look back where I was the reason why we won that game or I
A,
contributed to that game like Grant
a
Williams
magic
like
bunot. A
yeah
magic. You call that a
Grant
magic
Williams
bunot.
yeah Grant Williams with his defense today he could say like you know what I played great defense on Van Fleet I deserve that. So if they win the ring, he'll be looking at the ring. Remember when I blocked Fred VanVleet's shot in Game 7? I feel like every player should have that. And I don't know if Patrick McCaw has. He looks at his
I
four
think
rings. What does he see?
We'll have to watch his
even
highlights.
even Jeremy Lin on the Raptors, like he wasn't part of the rotation, and when they won the championship, like he was buzzing, man. Like as a
Yeah.
third stringer, you really feel like you're
Yeah.
part, and they are. They're a big part of setting the culture behind the
Because even
scenes.
me, when I play a scrimmage game, I'm like, I have to do something to at least influence this game. Like I don't want to play a
Yeah.
scrimmage game without doing nothing. You know what I mean? Like just I have to do one thing. So like the score could be like a blowout or the score could be 1 point. I'll just jack up a three or whatever. I have to make one thing to leave an impression that I did something in that game. Because if I don't, I'd be feeling like I'm the worst player ever. I didn't do anything in that
I think the Heat won't worry about that.
game.
Which reminds me how deep they really are. And now I'm thinking, is there anyone there who's useless? And I'm thinking, damn, if Spolstra wanted to play anyone there, he could play anyone.
That's the thing. That's the thing about the Heat. Like their team is filled with Rough Riders. They're dogs. So don't be surprised when these dogs bite, man. Like I'm serious. They just want it more than the Celtics, and that's why I have that's why I have the Heat in
Hot
7.
take.
I think if
I
the Heat
can
went against the Raptors, it goes 7 games too.
I can imagine,
I
and
no
the
way
important part is that I have the Heat in 7. So
Heat and
I
7.
can see this. I can see the Celtics beating the Heat. It'll be really, really close, in
yeah,
my
it's gonna be
opinion.
like it's gonna be basically a replica of this series. Good coaching, adjustments, lots of different players, matchups. Like no one like superstar like Giannis. Like I said, Jason Tatum was a superstar a while ago, but like no one player that you're gonna look at. Oh, LeBron James. Oh, Anthony Davis. Oh, Kawhi Leonard. It's more of
Yeah.
like a
I
eight.
think Tatum and Butler they pretty much match each
Yeah, like
other.
10,
I would say.
9 players
one coach, two coaches, sorry, and then just figure it out. X's and O's, basically. That's gonna be the series.
So who do you have, Vince? Who do you have winning the series?
Even a question. I was
How
gonna
many
say
games? How many games?
I didn't want to piss off everyone, but I would say Celtics in 6 or 5.
I have
Yeah.
Celtics in 6 as well.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
didn't
think-
wanna. I wanted to say like I gave Javier the because I knew if I said something bad, like he'd like start typing and like ranting to me. So I gave him like the
Thing
casual
is,
Celtics in 6 or 7.
I knew you guys were going Celtics in 6. I was on the fence. I really wasn't sure if I wanted to go Celtics or Heat. So just to keep it interesting, I went Heat, but I'm making it super close. Like Heat in 7, it's gonna go down to like the last few possessions.
Literally the last possession.
Yeah.
I
No,
just
but-
have a prediction. I'll share the prediction here. It goes 1-1. Celtics go up 3-1. Heat
Heat
win
come
one
back.
game 3-2, and then Celtics
Celtics
win
close it out.
4-2. I think that's how it goes.
Who wins game 1 though? Can I just say like I get so stressed. Javier knows this. Does this happen to you when you watch the Spurs? I get anxious, bro.
I haven't
Watch-
felt that way since 2016.
Oh, okay, maybe. But game 7, this game was the definition of anxiety. End of the third quarter was a 1-point game. Game 7, and you're rooting for this team. I mean, okay, game 6. I told Javier this. He messages me like, okay, I have some key takeaways. Sends me a paragraph, and I literally look over it, and I'm like, I don't reply. I'm like not in the mood to talk to him whatsoever. The whole day.
He's,
I do not
he's
talk
sensitive
about.
about
I tell
the
Javier, it's like I'm
Celtics.
fighting with my girlfriend. Like, you know what? I don't want to talk about this right now.
Oh.
You know that feeling when someone's fighting with your girlfriend. You know what? It's just
Yeah,
figure this
yeah,
out later. I'm in a bad mood. I was like that with Javier. I was like, not in the mood to talk about the Celtics right now. Message me tonight.
But I just want to say also that no matter who wins, it's great to see the Celtics or the Heat back in the finals. I think it's so
True.
interesting.
I told this to Javier. Like the NBA history repeats itself. Celtics, Heat, 8 years later, we're fighting the Heat again, and the Lakers.
You know
are on
why?
the other side of the bracket. I didn't. It just
The
it just
Godfather,
feels
Pat
right, dude.
Riley.
It just
Yeah.
feels right. The NBA just feels right with the
It's
Celtics.
crazy thinking that 8 years ago we're watching LeBron versus the
I know.
Big Three.
I mean,
The Big Three versus Big
because
Three, and like,
for us, we didn't grow up with the
Wild.
Celtics and the Pistons or like the Pistons, like those rivalries. We
Yeah.
grew up with the Celtics versus the Heat, the Big Three
Yeah.
against LeBron's Big Three. That was what we grew up with, and
All right, guys. We'll catch you next time. And remember, come through with buckets and chill for all things basketball.